Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, or let me say welcome if this is the very first time here. Hello, my name is Foyinsii and this is Foyinsii Media. Here we give you all the sweetest gist ever. So if you like any of my content or this one you're about to watch, ensure you click on that red subscribe button, and if you do, don't forget to turn on post notifications so you miss any video here. Yes guys, I know I've been away for a long time. I'm sorry. YouTube decided to mess up with me with my AdSense, and I guess by now it has been fixed, because I'm very sure you guys will see at the beginning of this video. In between the video, you definitely see her. So that has been fixed, and I'm back and better. And I decided to come with a very big moves. Yes, in today's video we'll be doing a movies review, and you guys can tell by the title is Money Heist. Guys, you really did not know how long I've been waiting for this. I know you have also been waiting, but I've been waiting. I've made up my mind since I watched that season 4. I started watching it last year, and I watched the whole season 1, 2, 3, 4 within weeks, or let me see, yes, within weeks. It's not up to a month. And season 5, I already told myself that I'm going to make review on each episode once it's out, and glory be to God, hallelujah, it's out. Yes, so today we'll be making a reviews on the first episode, but let me say some disclaimer, please. If you think I'm talking really fast, this is how I talk on a norm. I don't know, I've tried on my possible best to, try and reduce the speed, but this is how I talk. If you can't really hear me very well, please, that can be fixed. You can go to the setting and reduce the speed. It's very easy. Just go to the YouTube setting and reduce the speed. That way you'll be able to hear me very well. Yes. And if you think my English is not good, sorry, I didn't go to school. You just have to manage it like that. So without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So guys, season 5 of Money Heist is out, and at this point, if you haven't watched any episode of Money Heist, or you're hearing this for the first time, bro, I really do not know where in the world you're living, because season 5 is out and you didn't watch any episode. You need to watch it. You really need to start watching it before you watch this review. And if you want to understand the whole episode very well, I would suggest you watch it on Netflix. Watch the whole this thing on Netflix before you come and watch this review, because for you to understand very well, I won't be putting any clip on Netflix here because of copyrights. I don't want that. I don't want that on my channel. So I would suggest you watch the whole episode on Netflix before you watch this review, so that you will understand the whole gist. So we're talking on the episode 1 that was out yesterday. Yes, yesterday. I think they released episode 1 to 5, but actually just watch 1 because I don't want to be mixing the whole episode together. So I just watch episode 1, and that is the end of the road. Sorry if I'm looking down. I just everything in my book. There's no how I will know the whole thing of it. So if I'm kind of looking down, yes, I'm checking my books so that I won't make a mistake. So the first episode on season 5 is the end of the road. So let me just make a recap of the previous episode, which is season 4 episode 8. You guys know Rachel, who was the former police officer investigating the professor and all that, and finally became the part of the heist. And she was arrested and being investigated for like, I think 30 to 40 hours, I'm not sure, but let's just say 30 hours. And professor was trying to, get him out of the police custody, and they did that with the exchange of another hairdresser, blah 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 stuff. And now they were trying to bring him back into the Bank of Spain, okay, through the helicopter. You guys watched it. I'm just trying to remind you of the previous episode so that you understand the whole scene of what I'm trying to say. So they tried to bring him back into the Bank of the Spain through helicopter, trying to switch there is this doctor that was taken to the house, and they were trying to switch it together so that they can bring Rachel back into the bank. Okay, so we did that. While doing that, Alisa, who is another police officer, a female police officer that was in charge of investigating the money situation stuff, get to know about the professor location, and she tracked her down. So at the point where Rachel got back into the bank, that was when Alisa got into professor location and pointed the gun at him. So that was the end of the previous episode, or the previous season. So now let's get into the episode 1 of the season 5, which is the end of the road. Like I said, at the point where Alisa points the gun to the professor, that was when he said, and then they just do a recap back of the previous scene in the season 4, so that we can understand the whole thing. And then so when Alisa pointed, and then the professor turned back and all that stuff, and then she said she's not going to shoot, that that she's a mother, a wife of the dead man, and like a widow, and then she won't shoot because she has someone who needs her for the next 18 years. And you guys know Alyssa is pregnant like that. So Professor now asked her, what do you want? She said, I'm going to hand you to the police, you're going to rot in jail, blah 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 blah. That whole thing started happened between them, and then Alyssa shot. That's where the intro came in. I know I'm giving you the whole full gist of it, but that's the only way you can understand. I just want to visualize the whole scenario in case you don't have a Netflix app. If you can't watch it on Netflix, I just want to, like, I'm giving the full details so that you can imagine the whole scenario over there. Then after that, they show another scene of this man. I've forgotten his name, honestly. Sorry, if you can remind me, let me know in the comment section. I tried to watch the previous episode so I can get his name, but then you will know him, you will know the picture. But I just forgot his name. I don't know why. I tried all my possible best to get his name, but I don't. But let me just give you the clue for you to, maybe you will know the name. If you know the name, please let me know in the comments. Okay, I have forgotten. So it was someone that has issue with I think he has maybe kidney or something. He just has one health issue that he said he would die very soon, blah blah blah. Fortunately, he has a son, and then the son, they came to meet at a point. The son name is Raphael. And sorry if I'm not pronouncing very well, I'm in Nigerian, Yoruba to be precise. So if I'm not a French, I don't understand French very well. So if I'm pronouncing the name wrongly, don't accuse me, don't come for me in the comment section, okay? So Raphael came to meet the father. They were happy to meet again. I think they've been separated for a long time. You guys know the whole bank robbery before. So they've been separated for a very long time. So they met together, he was happy, blah blah blah. They wanted to have the father to son conversation like that. So all of a sudden, Tatiana, the father girlfriend, showed up. The boy was kind of disappointed because thought it's going to be the father and the son relationship, stuff like that. Not until Tatiana, the father girlfriend, showed up, and then he was disappointed and he walked in today. He said he excused himself. So Tatiana was like, what is wrong? And he said, oh, he actually thought, like, he was angry, he was surprised seeing you. He actually thought it was the father and this thing relationship, but then when you show up, he got angry. And then Tatiana told the father, that hope he knows he's going for the heist. And I was like, oh boy, okay, I wasn't expecting that. So the father was trying to bring the son also into the whole operation thing, which is kind of weird, but it is what it is. Guys, Professor is very smart. I know this is a movie, it has been scripted out, they're just acting, blah blah blah, but those people that wrote this thing, they are very 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 smart. It's a very very good story. So they knew there will be once they get Raquel back into the bank, everything is going to be streets and force and all that. So they just show a scene of Professor and Raquel in the room, I mean before the operation, while they're still planning. And Professor said at the point when they get Raquel back into, or any situation happens, there will be a very force on them, and it will lead to them using a military, army, blah blah blah. And Professor said that they will use room plan. I don't know what room plan is. I'm still trying to figure that out. Maybe in another episode we'll get to know what room plan is. But Professor said there will be a room plan, and okay. So when Raquel get back to the Park of Stay, he said there will be a change of plan. Instead of melting they're melting the gold into smaller pieces. You guys know in the previous season that we've watched. So instead of melting the gold, the plan is to extract, how they will extract the gold from this bank into wherever they want to take it to. Immediately Raquel get back into bank, he was trying to communicate with the professor, just to know and to let him know that he's back into the bank. Though Professor knew, but then she was trying to communicate with Professor to let him know that he's back into the bank. You should know. So while he was trying, he was saying hello, trying to communicate, but then Professor is not answering because Alyssa was with him. You guys understand, the police that was standing, that I said earlier, were with him. So Alyssa was kind of surprised that how did they get Raquel? When this whole arresting of Raquel was going on and the investigating of Raquel, blah blah blah. I told you they arrested him before. So Alicia also was after, there is this one saga that wrapped around her, and the police were also after her. They want to put her into prison and all that blah 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 thing, so she was not aware that Raquel is out of the investigating room. Sure you get. So she was surprised. Okay, she was surprised when she heard Raquel's voice in the bank trying to communicate with Professor, and she was asking Professor that how did Raquel get back into the bank, how? And she was asking that what are they doing with the gold, blah 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 blah. Professor was trying to prove stubborn, and then Alicia shot him. That was really hot. Why will you shot Professor? Why will you do that? Why? That's very bad. I don't know why I'm supporting these people, but then I don't know what they're doing is not good, but then I'm supporting them. So after Alicia shot Professor tried to confess that they get to bring her back into the blah 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 thing and all that. She just like talk about the whole thing, and then Alicia also asked that what are they doing to the gold, and said they are melting it in smaller pieces like that. And then she asked again that how did they want to bring it out. He mentioned something that through one underground blah 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 thing, and then Alicia said, okay, if you want to bring this house through underground, police are there. So Isha mentioned some things that don't really put my mind to, and then Alicia said, okay, if you're extracting through this place, why are you here? Then Professor didn't say anything. Then just dragged him and tied him to one big something like that and tried to throw him down. He said he would throw him if he doesn't confess, and then Professor didn't say anything, and then he threw him. At that point, I was touched and emotional, and why would you do that? Why? But then it threw him, and she said she would shoot Professor again, and Professor said, even if I die, the plan is still going. Like, it has been planned, so there is really nothing you can do that will stop the plan. There is really nothing, and for real, there is nothing, because these people, they've been planning this whole thing ahead. I mean, they spent days, they spent months, I don't want to say year, but they spent months in building this plan. So even if Professor is not answering anything, the plan will still go. And then Alicia left him hanging. That's not good, for real. So Raquel wasn't able to communicate with Professor because he didn't answer, because Alicia was with him the other time that I said. So before that, he said he wants to go and shower and all that. And while in the shower, she was trying to have a conversation with Tokyo. So Raquel was trying to like imagine how Professor will like dig that underground just to bring her out, the whole carrying the police and everybody around, just to bring her back into the house. So she was kind of emotional, plus oh my god, love. And then at that point, Tokyo also talked about our ex-boyfriend or partner, that they're both in the robbery, they do a lot of things together, rob people, blah blah blah, and then he was killed right in front of her. So she was just trying to talk about love thing like that. And then she said she would never think she would be in love again. Like, you shall know all this love gist that it shall all this normal thing that they are talking about around us in that scene. So Raphael came back into the scene where, you know, I told you he left when Tatiana came into the restaurant with them, and then she came, they were just gisting, blah blah blah. So Tatiana said Tatiana excused them, and then the father was trying to tease the son that, so are you falling in love for my wife or for my girlfriend? She said, okay, if you're not in the whole scene and you know my father, okay, I would have loved to date her because we're cool, blah 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 thing. And then the father was trying to tell the son that, uncle, you are going into the money heist, okay? And just said, so no, I can't steal, I'm an engineer, I can't really do that. And I said, okay, all the money, all the whole thing that's spent on you during your school, where is the money coming from? You still owe me, so the only way to pay me is to go into that place. So that's the son was trying to tell him that, no, I can't steal with you, I'm an engineer, blah blah blah, trying to prove like he doesn't want to go. But I know the father would definitely talk to his head. He brought Raquel back into the bank through helicopter, like tricked the police to get her back into the bank. So now these people, they've been made a fool, and they want to arrest the pilot that fly the helicopter. So they're trying to track him down, blah 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 thing like that. So when they tracked him down, he landed at one farm, okay, and oh god, Professor already planned the whole thing down. They're not actually the owner of the farm, but then he put Benjamin and some guys and his partner, I don't know the name of the partner, but then Benjamin and his partner at that farm where the pilot landed. So when he landed, this is actually very funny and very dramatic. When the helicopter landed, the pilot already, like, I don't know where he went to, but then he's nowhere to be found. So the police already tracked him down to that place he landed, and they wanted to arrest him. And then they found in the farm owner and his partner that I mentioned earlier. So when they said where is the partner, like where is the owner of where is the pilot that flew this helicopter here, so they didn't know where he ran to, that even killed one of their sheep like that. So they said, okay, so who are you? They were trying to threaten them and all that. So they're the farm owner, the owner of this farm, and the helicopter, the pilot killed one of their sheep, blah 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 thing. And they said, okay, can you just describe the car that drove him out? Or no, so it's a red car, and this red car was, oh god, this is very, very tricky. This red car was the car they used to kidnap the hairdresser. Okay, it is the hairdresser and the husband car. You know, the hairdresser was used to replace Raquel on their way to the court. Do you understand? So the NASA is the red car. So now the police were after the red car. Meanwhile, the person inside the red car is the hairdresser husband. Do you get? So they are now after the red car, and finally they found out that it was the hairdresser husband. Now, so while other police were running after the red car, there is one particular police that stood at the farm. Stood with Benjamin and the partner at the farm. So now I said, okay, if you did not know anything, just go and walk. So when they left them to go and walk, they took another car and they left the farm. So it's just like they left the police at that farm and they ran away. So the other police were running after the red car, and they found out it was the hairdresser husband. It's just that they really, really freaked them up from both angles. These people, oh god, this script is very, 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 very very, very interesting. So when the police already knew that they've been tricked, they were very angry and they wanted to come out with the full force. And you know, Professor already told them that once they know the trick, they will come with full forces, and this will be they're coming with military, they're coming with army. And now the armies are back in the house. The army were very, very close, like they are the entrance of the bank. Oh god. And at this point, Alisa removed Professor from where he hanged him the other time and brought him to the microphone and asked him to speak. So when he speak, he was like, he's sorry that this is the end of the road, there is no other plan for them, that they can see that the armies are already outside, and Alisa is also holding me here, there's really nothing I can do, I can't think. He's just saying he's sorry to Tokyo, to Rio, to Raquel, to all of them. And that is the end of the episode, guys. That part, I don't know why I cried, but it was really, really emotional. That is why this episode was titled The End of the Road, because it just feel like the end of the, but I know them, they are still coming, they have another plan. But then I haven't watched the episode 2, and once I do that, I'll come for the review also. I just hope you like this video. Please, if you enjoy it, let me know in the comment section. Drop your comments. If you still want me to release the episode 2 review, let me also know in the comment section. I enjoy filming this, and I just hope you enjoy watching it too. And if you watch to this point, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe and watch those ads. Please don't skip ads. That is the way YouTube can, bless this baby girl. Without having nothing much to sell, I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I should fuck her in the Benz.